Hey, Coop, what are we doing?
We're about to lift the engine out of the Vista once more.
Yeah. We're going to try and see if a 2G trans fits because they're easier to find and we have one. Huh?
We didn't.
No.
We didn't. I didn't though. It was.
In this.
Dad, don't be mad.
No, we just moved it over here. Crane gang.
Dad, don't be disappointed, Dad.
He's mad. He's mad. Let's be nice later. Okay, so here we are in the Vista engine bay, and because the 2G transmission fits really good, fits real nice. It's resting on this little piece. It's just like a little meeting of all of the panels, and we're just gonna give it a little bend so that the transmission's not resting against it. You can kind of see here where it was rubbing the dust off just from us test fitting. But it fits really good. We just need to bend this back a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do.
Did you tell Dave or Jared that we got that intake done?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take it over to him tomorrow.
Tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday, yep. I don't know what day it is.
It's Vista Tuesday.
It is, it's Vista Tuesday. How could I forget? Oh.
Yeah. Why the f do you want me to say that?
Just say something.
Can I just cut it?
You just gotta say what we're doing and then you can cut it.
Lopping a hunk off the trans.
All right.
Is this the wrong way to do this?
Like a glove. So basically what we're doing is we are going with the 2G transmission. And I will explain this later. So here's our plan to mount this engine and trans in this car. The front roll stop is our home base. It's the unmodified Vista front roll stop. It centers the engine where it needs to be in the bay. Next we have the timing side mount. That just needs a small modification to work. More on that later. Getting the engine level is important, so the first mount we're going to focus on is the trans mount.
We can't use the Vista mount because it doesn't line up with our 2G DSM trans. So we'll be making a mount that bolts to these 3 holes and meets up with the stock Vista bracket that bolts right up to our trans now that we've lopped off this hunk. After that, we'll move on to the rear roll stop to finish up the mounts.
This is the stock Vista trans mount that we'll use to make a template for the base. Then we'll cut a chunk of 2-inch pipe to fit between the bracket.
We found a universal 2-inch poly bushing that will work perfectly for this mount. Next, we'll weld some nuts to the base to accept the bolts through the frame rail.
Here's the base plate mocked up. We'll cut and notch a piece of square tube to connect the base plate to the round part of the mount.
We tacked the connecting piece to the round part, bolted the round part to the bracket to align it with the base plate, then we tacked the connecting piece to the base plate. With it all fitting well, we'll finish welding and powder coat the mount.
I didn't know that.
Hey guys, I'm here with my best buddy Alex, and he's totally happy that I'm here today, aren't you, Alex?
We're about to powder coat this mount.
Chowder moat.
Good. That's how you know it works. Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, is the oven heated up enough?
Yeah. Cool. One in the oven. Hot tamales, hot tamales. We gotta let our cookies cool. The mount turned out great. Next, we'll move on to the bracket. So we're adding a reinforcement since we're using the Vista transmount bracket. It flexes like this. It flexes this way. So we're adding a reinforcement across the top here to make it strong, like the DSM ones. So that'll be nice.
Where do you put that?
Huh? Is that gonna line up real good?
We'll find out. We'll try his bowls.
Wow, would you look at that?
Did you look at it?
That looks factory.
Factory.
What?
Factory.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think she's good.
Yeah?
And if she's not, oh well.
All right.
Go. Some spots need touch up because I touched both the lower rod. It started drooping.
We're happy with how the trans side bracket and mount turned out. Not bad for our first time. Now let's move on to the rear roll stop. All right, so we're working on making the rear roll stop. So we're starting with the receiving end of that bracket. So we've got this poly bushing.
Go 2 3/16
2 3/16
total, which includes these.
With the poly bushing, we've got to cut it down to make it narrower so that it fits between this. This side that we're making will go on the chassis, and this bolts to the block. So this is from a front-wheel drive DSM first gen,
Yeah, should be the same.
or all-wheel drive. It's bracket 193. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it twerk. We picked this up at the shootout. It's a Jay's Racing alternator relocation kit with a steel bracket because of the rust. We're gonna clean this real nice and
Reel up real nice.
Reel up real nice. We're gonna clear it real up real nice, and
Are
then
you
we're gonna
having
put
a
it on
stroke?
Nope. And then this will go on the Vista. Because what we need is more parts from different manufacturers. A GM alternator on this Chrysler Mitsubishi.
This Mitsubishi Laser Talon.
That's the one.
Oh yeah.
On that note. All right, we've got our math. Now we can make it. Right?
Hopefully. We're gonna be really exacting about this.
Yeah.
We're gonna just
Because we want to make sure this is repeatable for everyone else doing this swap.
The reason we have to make the rear roll stop is the Vista doesn't have an intermediate shaft for the driver's side axle, which we'll need to use with our DSM transmission. The stock Vista mount is bolted where the intermediate shaft mounts, so we're going to make a new roll stop based off the stock 1G DSM location, using the 1G bracket, so all we need to do is make the mount.
This has got a nice little chair for you.
does! You're just gonna cut the same one, or is that the other side?
Who's the other side?
The DSM bracket is narrower than our generic bushing, so we'll need to cut it down. The process will be pretty much the same as the last mount. Round part with a poly bushing connected to a base plate with some square tube. So we cut the bushings down. Now we're gonna cut the inner sleeve down. And that'll take care of the round part. Where's your bolt tub?
In the gray cabinet.
Okay, so we took this old drive shaft hoop off thing. The drive shaft used to go through this on top of the rear sway bar.
Front sway bar?
Or front sway bar, yeah. So this is what we have to figure out. We've got the rear bracket on and our bushing that we just made. We've got a bolt down there. We've got to make some sort of a bracket to attach down there where that drive shaft hoop was bolted to. There's 4 bolt holes there, and then there's 2 on the back. So we have plenty of choices since our drive shaft is going to go underneath this whole thing. So yeah, that's what we got to figure out next. Okay, so we've got this piece. This bolts on where the drive shaft hoop was, like this.
This ugly collaboration.
Yeah. So we used that to trace the holes and accounted for the flange size. So this goes like this on that subframe, and then we've got this bar, which will sit on it and go up to the round part of the bushing that goes right in there. So right now we've got it eyeballed and measured, and we're gonna tack the tube onto this plate and go from there.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Alright, we're getting ready to fire up old Clint Eastwood here. We're gonna tack some tack some stuff. All right, so we've got it tacked on, and now we used the mount circle to trace our lines. So now we'll cut the top line all the way around. Do that again. That was nice. It's moving the whole car.
Oh, that front one's. Now I'm leaning on it. It's giving, but.
Yeah. So we got this guy.
Oh, I think she's good.
Yeah. So we've got it tacked into place, as you can see. But all the mounts are tight. They're all in. And the engine's sitting where we want it to be. So now we'll just finish up the welds. We're going to try and add a couple braces to that just to strengthen it. And
it's a bit tall of a mount that stretches back kind of hard.
yeah,
And that's our most torqued mount.
it is. But yeah, we're happy with that. It's in a good spot. And
We'll obviously put a better bolt in it than
then
5/16 all thread, but
Yeah.
that's what I had.
yeah, we'll get the right stuff.
It fit, it shipped.
Yeah. All right. So this is the last mount. This is the Vista mount. We talked about it a while back, but this is the Vista mount that we modified. So we had to use the 1G turbo dual overhead cam bracket here that mounts to the block for all the timing components, which was a slightly different angle than the Vista one. So we modified the Vista one to fit this, and we'll finish it up when we finish all the other mounts, but this is basically what we did. So we'll trim this up some more and make it look real nice. But yeah, so that's all the mounts. That is all the mounts.
That's all she amounts to.
What? Who?
Estevez.
Your boy?
Oh, he's gonna hit the evil turkey carver with the claw hammer.
Oh man. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. We're not even close to done.
All right, this time on Tunes and Tunes, we're gonna make the engine mounts.
All of them.
Every.
Cool.